Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, we are about to do something spectacular and fabulous. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone. I am so thankful that you are choosing to spend a portion of your day with me. I know you could be anywhere else right now and you're choosing to spend some of it with me, so I am not going to take up much of your time today. But we are going to do some spectacular crafting, and they're back. The Dollar Tree placemats are back. And they are back because this was a really highly requested craft. And here's what I'm talking about. We are going to take just one Dollar Tree placemat and we are going to make this beautiful holder for a bottle of wine. And at my Dollar Tree, when I was buying placemats, I was able to find some that were wine specific. And this one says, wine is my favorite fruit. So for everyone out there who likes to give a bottle of wine as a gift, this is a beautiful way to present it. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here is a closer look at our fabulous and stinking cute wine bottle bag. This is perfect for giving wine. When finished, we have a bag that is 10.5 inches tall and it's about 4.5 inches around. So this will certainly hold a bottle of your favorite wine. And then we have two straps that we have secured in place with some of our metal snaps. So this is not going anywhere. And then on the bottom, I just have a nice little chipboard base, and we have a nice chipboard base on the inside. So we have 3 layers of chipboard on which our bottle can rest and be carried. So here is the placemat that we're going to be using. I am going to remove my sticker, and it is another one of the wine is my favorite fruit, and these are 12 by 18. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to trim away this border. And this border piece on mine is 1 inch wide. So I have now reduced my working surface to 16 by 12. We are going to hold on to these because they become our straps. And then I have a scrap piece of vinyl that I'm going to insert in the base of mine just to cover up the chipboard, but it's not necessary for you to do that if you don't happen to have any scrap. But it's not necessary for you to do that if you don't have any scrap vinyl. If you want to cover the chipboard, you can cover it with paper or you can cover it with contact paper. You do not need scrap vinyl for this part of the project. So now that we have our sides removed, and I apologize for the glare of my lights, but unfortunately this is a shiny surface, so they are going to bounce off. We are going to take this and we're going to put it in on the 12-inch side. And I have found that scoring from the back is a lot easier for me. So I am going to put this in and I'm going to score. Let's just go ahead and fold it and give it a little crease. Now this part of the project is actually what's going to take the most time. Everything else is quick and easy. But in order to get that roundness, we have to notch out strips here at the bottom. So I am just going along the bottom, and my strips that I'm notching out are about 1/8 of an inch. And I will go across the entire bottom. So I'm going up to the score mark and just dragging straight down, and I'm creating these little strips or fringe, whatever you want to call it. And we have to do this all the way across. And you just keep doing this until you get to the other end. So I know that you guys get the gist of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so I have cut out my strips all along the bottom. And here's how we do this. We simply roll it around just like this, and then we'll take these pieces and tuck them under. But before we do that, I am going to go ahead and lay down my tape. So I have decided that I want to use 1.5-inch tape, and I'm going to place a piece right here at the edge. And I placed it right above that score mark so that I can fold that fringe. So now that I have this piece here, I am going to flip it over just like this, and I'll take my piece and place a piece on this side right above the fringe. And I'm using the same size tape because I'll be doing that puzzle-like tape to tape matchup. So again, I've placed my tape right along the edge. And I have found that my tape works fine on holding this project together. Now, I know that some of you had concerns about whether or not the tape would hold, but I know a lot of you have made these vinyl projects using tape without any problem. But if you have something else that you want to use and you feel as though it will work, by all means, give it a try. Always use what you have and what you think will work. So I am peeling away my tape backer, and before I join it, I should have done this first, but I just want to remove the fringe from where I have the tape. So wherever the tape starts from here to here, I move that amount of fringe. Now I'm only removing that fringe from the portion that I'll place on the inside. So I'm going to overlap this piece, and that'll give me the fringe I need at the bottom there. It'll make sense to you in just a minute. So I'm going to take this piece and bring it fairly close, and I'm making sure that I have the top nice and even. I'm leaving about 1/4 inch of untaped space between this piece and this piece, because I'm now going to just pull it up and fold it over. And that will save you a lot of headache on trying to get that tape joined. So now I need to take my hand, go on the inside, and I'm just going to grab my big old spatula too. I'm going to go on the inside and get that nice and stuck. And then we can take it and just start rounding it. It's not going to be a perfect circle, but it's going to be very close. So when you stand this up, you're simply going to take these pieces and just bend them in on the score mark. So you just go all the way around and bend these in. And then I'll just take my hand, tuck them under, and I'm just going to stand that up and just kind of wiggle it to get that used to being bent. So now that we have our cylinder like this, we need to cut out some chipboard pieces. Now I'm not going to trace around this piece. What I am going to do is find something round that is fairly close in size, and I'm going to go with this piece. So then I'll take my pen, pencil, marker, whatever you want to use, and I'm going to trace out a template, and then I'm just going to cut it out. And when I cut this out, I'll go inside of the trace mark about 1/16 of an inch. I'm not going too far in. And we all know that my circle will not be perfect, but it's going to work for my project. Anytime you're doing something by hand, it will never be as perfect as what a machine would do. So now that I have this piece cut out, I am going to bring my bag back in, and this is going to be my inside piece. So I'm putting it in to make sure that it's going to fit without forcing my bag any. So I'm pushing it all the way down to the bottom until it meets the score and the folds. And this is just a little bit snugger than I want it to be. So I am just going to trim away just a little more. And I'll go all the way around. And now I'll stand it up again, making sure that I have all of those little pieces tucked under. I'm going to take this piece, drop it on the inside, and that's a pretty good fit. So I can take this piece out. I'm going to trace it again because I want double layers on the inside. I'm going to cut this piece out and I'll be right back. All right, so once we have our two pieces cut out, we are just going to join them together to create a double layer of chipboard. And I'm just placing some glue. Then I'll take this piece and just try to match the shape. And because I hand cut both of these, they are not going to be exact. And so now that I have my chipboard on, I am going to take my tape and I am going to cover this chipboard in tape. And then I'll peel away my backer sheet. And I'll take my chipboard piece and place it down on this scrap vinyl. Use my big old spatula. And then I'll use my scissors just to trim out the excess vinyl. And so by adding the vinyl to the two layers of chipboard, we have a very sturdy base. I'm going to bring this bag back in, tuck those little fringe pieces under, and I want to make sure that I still have a good fit, and I do, and you can see just how gorgeous that is going to look on the inside. So now I'm going to just remove this. And I'm going to cover the back here in tape because it'll be stuck to the vinyl, and unfortunately that vinyl doesn't work well with my glue. So that is why I have been using tape on my vinyl projects. So I'm going to peel that piece away and peel this piece, and then I'm going to take this piece because I do want complete coverage. And I'm going to put down one more strip. And then I'm going to peel away this backer sheet. Then I'm going to stand up for this portion because I really need to be in control of what I'm about to do. So I am going to take this piece, and I want to make sure that all of my little strips are folded in. Then I'm just going to take this piece and press it down, and then I'm just going to twist it so that most of those little pieces are now stuck to this base. And you can see at the bottom that we have a nice clean edge to this. It's going to get even better because we're going to add some more tape and another piece of chipboard. So now that we have it like this, I am just going to bend back the pieces that don't have any tape because I do want all of this stuck. You could go around if you wanted to and give it what I would call a haircut, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep all that I have. So I am going to take my tape and I'm just going to start placing some tape down in different spots. And then I'm just going to press that down to get it nice and stuck. And then I'll peel away my tape backers. And once I have those tape backers removed, I am just going to take the pieces that didn't get stuck and stick them down. And I still might need to add just a little more tape because I still have some that are not stuck. Sorry, I was out of frame there for just a minute. So this time I'm just going to take my tape, place my tape on top, and make sure that we have all of these pieces are flat. And so before I peel away the backer, I want to find a piece that is large enough to cover the bottom but not stick out over the edge. So I think this roll of tape is what I need. I am going to do that same trace that I did with the large one. So again, I'm using another piece of chipboard, tracing out a circle. And this time I'm going to cut in about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So now that I have it cut out, let's place it on top to see what type of a fit we have. I can see that it's still a little too large, so I am going to trim away some more. And that's all you do. You just keep testing it until you have the fit on your base that you want. So I am just trimming away. And I think this should give me a pretty good fit, and it does. So that's exactly how I want it going on. So I have peeled away the tape backer. So now I'm going to take that chipboard base that I just cut out. I am not going to cover it in anything, guys. You can cover yours with scrap vinyl if you want. I am just going to leave mine plain. But I do want to make sure that I have this complete piece covered in tape. And so I'll peel away this backer. And now we can take this piece. We're going to place it on the bottom, just like that. Then I'm going to stand it up, and I'll take my fist, and I am just going inside and just twirling that around to get everything nice and stuck. So we have an inside and we have an outside. Y'all, we have a lot of protection on this. So if you place a bottle of wine in here, you have 3 layers of chipboard and a layer of vinyl on mine to help keep everything in place. So that's what we have so far, y'all, and it's looking pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and just round the ends of these straps that I cut. Then I'm going to bring in my Crocodile Big Bite, and I'm going to punch. And I have my hole punch set on 1/8 of an inch. So I'll punch a hole going through those 2 layers. And then I'll come to this end, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I am punching my hole on the 1/8 setting. And so now, to help me get the placement right for my handles, I am just going to pinch right here for a moment, and wherever that has created the impression, that's where I want to punch my handle. So I am going to use my Crocodile again, and I'm going to find that point, and I'll just punch a little hole. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to find, and I'll punch a hole. Okay, so the way that we're going to put our handles on, very easy. We are going to use our metal snaps. I have pulled out 4, and I am going to take my handles, and I am going to put, and we'll put the snap through one and through the other hole, and then we'll take it and put it through the hole on the bag. Then I'll take the snap head, which looks like a little mushroom, put that head on, and you can hear that snap. Now I'm going to take my chunky hammer and I'm just going to pound that snap. So now the snap is set, but I can still move my handles back and forth. So I am going to take both handles, place my prong through both holes, and then I'll take that prong, put it through the hole, and now I'll take the second mushroom snap head, place it on. I'm going to grab my chunky and go on the inside and just pound that in. And now I have my beautiful handles on my bag, and they can go just like this. So when you're ready to put your wine in, just slide the wine in. Then you can lift up the handles and carry this anywhere you want. And y'all, I think these wine bags are just absolutely fabulous. I have brought the first one back in so that you can see them both. Again, they are 10.5 inches tall and 4.5 inches around. So these are perfect for putting in your favorite bottle of wine that you might want to gift to someone. So guys, I hope that you have liked this project, and I hope that it has inspired you. If it has, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.